All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again a very warm welcome, one and all. This is yet another Sims Industry Insider event. We always have on a month-on-month basis. Happy to see more faces today. And without much ado, I'm going to request Dr. Batra to please come up and show a token of our love and appreciation to Ms. Anahita Avari, Dr. Padma Shri Mukesh Batra ji.
Where's the cameraman?
He's coming. Sorry, give me 20. You can do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, just pose. Thank you, Anahita. I'm going to, official. It's official now. Yeah. Thank you. Anahita, I'm going to ask you to remain here. That's it. Shilpi Khanna, madam, can you, one of our fun senior members, please come up and present Anahita with yet another small little gift. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. It's an honor to welcome Madam Anahita Avari, Head of Sales and Trade Relations South Asia at VFS Global, a law graduate with 4 decades in travel trade. She has led strategic roles across SOTC, Kyoni, CNK, Orbit, and Telio. At VFS Global, she champions collaboration between travel partners and the organizations. She will speak today on Beat the Peak for the Trade. Thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone.
Good evening.
Pleasure to be here. Where I could put my presentation. Who has put the presentation? That's what I wanted to check.
You need to first close the scan.
So while we wait for Ganesh to start, I missed one very important point. Most important point is we are 7 years old this month or this week. So we were incorporated in on February 6th, 2019 at the ITC Grand Maratha. So don't leave after this presentation is over. We have a small cake cutting outside.
किधर presentation आपको मिली है? वो किधर? नहीं है। That's what I wanted to check before I had my cup of tea.
Ma'am, you have from Mahayana.
I don't need it.
Good. Start now.
Okay, hi, good evening once again.
Good evening.
Sorry about the tech hitch, but I think any presentation that starts with a hitch is always good, so it's fine. So, in terms of, first of all, let me thank you all for giving VFS this opportunity to come and present right at the right time, because we are all getting into the season. Some of us have already got into the season, and this is the right time for us to communicate a few updates, a few information, and whatever else that we can share. As you will rightly realize that while VFS is looked as at the other side, but we are just the other side of the coin and nothing else. So we are all the same trade people, same travel tours. A lot of you all are my old friends who've worked with me in different roles and profiles. And VFS is also now in a space where it is taking this step for the last 2.5 years, where we are communicating more and more with the travel trade, predominantly because Sharat Kuwani, who's the regional head, and myself are both from the other side of as tour operators, and we understand that communication is the key for anything that we work. As VFS, our role is a little delicate because there are quite a few things that are sacrosanct to our roles, which we need to follow the directions of our client governments, and whatever is feasible, we are here to assist in whatever manner we can. So with that, I'll quickly begin. So in terms of VFS, just a little bit of data. We are a 24-year young company, originated in India, now headquartered in Dubai. We service about 69 client governments, and we are present to serve clients in 166 countries. We have 166 nationalities working with us. Our staff strength is 17,000 plus. And in terms of our presence globally, we are 4,000 plus bags. We have serviced 5 million plus applicants during our journey, out of which about 225 million are what we have enrolled biometrics for. As you all will understand that biometrics was introduced in, I think, early 2000, and now we have progressed into a lot more. UK, as we speak, is changing its role completely from going into stamped visas to e-visas, and a lot of changes are coming, and we are shoulder to shoulder with our client governments to supplement their requirements. So in terms of our presence in the South Asia continent, we are present in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives and Bhutan. So 6 countries we are present in South Asia. We have 52 client governments across South Asia and also in India that we service. We have 671 application centers. In terms of presence in India, we have 19 fixed VACs and we have temporary enrollment locations which are about 13. This is predominantly for UK. In terms of VFS, our role, because it is so sensitive, we are under scrutiny constantly and we qualify ourselves with the highest level of qualifications. So while your ISO certification for every single thing is a given, whether it is environment, whether it is disability, whether it is InfoSec, all of it, we ensure that all our locations are certified and qualified across the board. This is the most important slide as far as visa applications go. So we all know that we are in the age of social media, and the biggest bane of our lives is false communication many a times. And you will come across a lot of WhatsApp groups, a lot of Facebook requests, a lot of nudges that someone can do a visa appointment. Not only that, someone ensures you a visa. All this is not possible. The only way that is possible to do a visa appointment is through the VFS official website, which is www.vfsglobal.com. Yes, there are quite a few bot attacks and all of that kind of security infringements that we have come across. We in fact have ensured, and we work with Cyber Cell now to overcome these backdrops that we have had in the past. You all will all remember that about 2,000 appointments for US were all cancelled, which were through bots. We have had multiple arrests in different parts of India where we collaborate with the security personnel of the government. Kerala government has introduced a special immigration cell based on our feedback. So we take security and all trouble is taken to ensure that the real client who needs that appointment and needs the visa has the access to it. Now, how do we as travel trade partners ensure that our clients can avail of these services tension-free? So all your Schengen appointments are open 6 months in advance, and you can apply for visas 6 months in advance to your date of travel. As far as UK goes, you can apply 3 months in advance. So when you have these options, that's why when I began, I said Jan, Feb just now is the best time to apply for your visas. You're getting the slots. The consulates are not overloaded. The embassies are not overloaded with a lot of applications. Just now they have the time, your processing times and things like that also is smoother. If you have people, and we all know that if someone is going to Europe people generally start planning by December, Jan. Y'all will look out for Lufthansa fares coming in Jan, Feb. Emirates throws some super fares, especially to the European continent and to the US. Why not apply and take an appointment at that time, because you are anyways issuing many tickets which are non-refundable. So rather than waiting till the last minute when the rush is so much, there is a demand versus supply issue for sure. Embassy personnel also have limited capacity and then they work according to that. So might as well apply now. And that is a good time to do all of this, and then your stress on your clients for non-refundable tickets, non-refundable accommodation, this and that would be sorted to a very large extent. This is our strongest recommendation that I would request you to do. With that, we come to a few of the UK updates. In terms of UK, like I said, a lot of visas have moved to e-visas already. So you have students, some categories of long-term work visas and all of that, which are already in that space since last year, October, November. However, coming March or April, all visas will be e-visas. So what changes? As far as the change goes, the process doesn't change. So you will need to do your biometrics anyways. Just now also for UK, you're scanning your documents either yourself or at the VAC, and they get uploaded and the decision making is done on the scans. You get your visas as a sticker just now. The only thing that changes is you don't have a sticker visa and you have an e-visa which is on an email. So that is the only change as far as e-visa requirements and documentation is concerned. But also it gives you a lot of flexibility for your clients, because of course just now also we have keep my passport till your visas are stamped and the decision comes and things like that. So keep my passport will be weaned away because it is not needed. The passports are with you and your clients, and you can either travel or apply for other visas, whatever is convenient to you guys. So this is where we are. So we move towards e-visa. End of Q1 is what is expected for all categories to move. But as things go, it depends how they will do it, because it's also season time, so it may go a little into the Q2 and things like that. But the idea is to move by the end of Q1, beginning of Q2. I spoke to you that besides our own VACs, we have temporary enrollment locations. Now, what are these enrollment locations, especially for UK? So we actually work out of small tier 2 and tier 3 cities in hotels like Radisson, Taj and these, where you can take an appointment online for these locations. So places like Amritsar, Bhopal, Calicut, all these places you can actually pre-book an appointment like how you do at any of your metro cities, and you can go and submit your biometrics and submit your applications there. So this is how we have extended our footprints. Hopefully in 2026, as we speak, we'll be doing this even for a few Schengen missions. Hopefully we start with France by mid-May. In terms of Schengen mission updates, now how it works is VAYD option is available now for Netherlands and Switzerland. Switzerland had stopped offering visa at your doorstep services sometime in July. It is now recommenced. A very quick note for Switzerland, there is a new process where you need to fill the form online. I suggest that every time you use a new tab, please use a capital letter. Now that helps because that translates into the system that they have at Swiss easier. Otherwise, then there is also, it comes back and then we have to correct it in some manner and then send it back. So it delays the process. So try and do that. In terms of prime time collections, there are quite a few missions which allow us prime time collections, which is your Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, Denmark, Estonia, Iceland, Latvia, Luxembourg, Norway, and Germany. We also have prime time submissions. What is prime time submissions? It helps your clients who are either, say for example, who are very busy during the day and want to submit their applications either after office hours or before office hours or then during Saturdays. And this prime time is now available with Austria, Austria, Belgium in a few cities, Czech Republic, Cyprus, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, and Sweden. So these are facilities for your high-profile clients. We've seen a lot of doctors and lawyers who take this service because then they can manage to work around their appointments. In terms of Austria, old passports are not required for submission. In terms of Germany, from Jan 2026, applicants applying for family reunification have to upload their documents through the CSP portal before booking an appointment. So last year, Germany introduced the CSP portal for long-term visas for students. Now they have extended that to family reunification. You have to understand that each consulate, you all must have heard a lot of things that slowly Schengens will move towards e-visas overall. These are few steps where they are entering into the tech space one by one. So CSP is one of the steps taken by the German missions. Hungary consulate has mandated that 15 calendar days to processing time for all short-term visa categories. Slovakia submissions, so Slovakia had gone for a walk somewhere else for a few years. They have come back to us as VFS and we started operations from the 1st of Feb already. In terms of Italy, if you have nice groups, please write to the consulates, respective consulates and the embassies as per jurisdiction about 2 months prior. Student applications must be booked with their own ID, no travel agent IDs are permitted. Especially in South, even for tourists or any other category, it has to be the applicant's email ID and not the travel agent's email ID. There is in Italy, there is credit check, express translation, personal assistance, and all these other services that can be availed of by your applicants. Netherlands, the mission has made it necessary for all documents to be submitted in color. Sometime late last year, this rule was implemented and now it is going to be followed across. Processing times, as you can see on the website, is what I have been telling you, that it is already moving from 15 to 45 days. They've already put it on the website. You might as well start applying for visas just now. In terms of non-Schengen updates, we have Algeria, Moldova, and Montenegro who have got added to our kitty. In Japan, a lot of these updates are for the South region. So in Chennai, if you want to apply for Japan visa, you need to register as a travel agent. And then in South, there's also premium lounge facilities for your B2C customers who want to go and submit it themselves. And applicant representatives have to get the checklist signed by the actual applicant, and that signature has to match your passport and application forms. Montenegro, we've gone live on 14th of October in Delhi already, and as we speak, I think in about 2 weeks' time, it will be also operational in Mumbai and other jurisdictions. Turkey, again, there is a change of hands from gateway to DTV, and but VFS remains the same, process remains the same, everything remains the same. Only the local Turkish partner has changed from gateway to DTV. China, again, change in process. This year there's been a lot of change in process. Again, China has gone into an online approval. So you need to upload the documents. VFS reviews the clarity of the documents, not the correctness of the documents, and they will check whatever is the checklist if those documents are uploaded correctly, post which the embassies and consulates will take their decisions, send the approvals online, and then you send your passports for submission to the respective jurisdiction VACs. In terms of Saudi, it is one of our large operations. We have 16 centers in India, and we process all kinds of visas, whether it is work, business, family or tourist. And again in Saudi we have the facility for VFID services, which is visa at your doorsteps. DVPC, this product was introduced and is only and only with VFS. This is Dubai visas for Emirates travelers. So in and out on Emirates on the same PNR is a requirement. And in terms of some categories, I think we are very, very competitive in terms of your 96 hours visas, which are for your groups and things like that. As long as people are traveling on Emirates, we are happy to assist under the DVPC process. One thing to remember as far as DVPC process is, last year a lot of people had this issue of the quotas when the rules changed and the deposits increased. For DVPC there is no quota, we have unlimited quota because we are associated with Emirates, which is a part of the government. A new service that we have started is the education services. A lot of travel trade people had reached out to us saying that when students come to them as one or two student references, nobody likes to handle their visas because it's quite complicated. So we now have a vertical who actually will assist you if you have such a query. And in this phase, as Austrian Engineering University has appointed VFS as the only partner globally. So if you have anything for Austria engineering universities, please do reach out to us. There is again some referral free program over there as well. If you have something, please reach out to us. We'll connect you to the teams, and that should take you throughout. So what all do they do? So they help you for university selection, visa processing and compliance, student journey for logistics, lifestyle supports, and pre-departure and guardianship services. So they actually train the students how the interviews will be and all of that. Now, in terms of the value-added services, as we used to call it, these are actually the customer experience services, which are for either for their experience or for their convenience. The most predominant one, which is there in all our VACs, is a premium lounge. As far as premium lounge goes, we need to remember that availing of a premium lounge does not fasten your visa process. It doesn't give you an advantage in getting a visa. It is just that your applicants are getting services on a personalized basis. It is exactly like your business class lounge when your clients are flying anywhere. A business class passenger avails the lounge but does not reach the destination faster. So it is something very, very similar to that. Yes, it is. If you get some refreshments, there's someone to look after you, and of course things like photograph, printouts, all that is included in the premium lounge services. Some missions also have courier and stuff included. So depending on what the missions have allowed us, this is what is a premium lounge. The other service is visa at your doorsteps. Now this service is predominantly used a lot in tier 2, tier 3 cities, because today if you take cost of anyone, a family of 4 coming to any of the metro cities, staying a night, then going back, it will be much higher than a visa at your doorstep cost. Generally, agents are pooling their clients and then calling the VFS team to enroll the biometrics and enroll the submissions. So basically tier 2, tier 3 cities, pan-India, MICE groups are using it a lot because for MICE you have to move them from their original cities to the main cities, get appointments in time, all the logistics, they are like your jamais, so you have to take care of everything. So it's cheaper to entertain them like this. Then of course you have large families, student groups, senior citizens, HNIs and CEOs who prefer to have these services in their own offices. A lot of Bollywood, Tollywood, all these people also like to avail of this service because it gives them privacy and also convenience. We have about 20 countries who offer these services. Most Schengens have it. And then of course you have UK, Ireland and Saudi, as I told you earlier. We've introduced a new service called Doctor on Call. Now what is Doctor on Call? We all know how Practo works, right? So you have tele consultation. When a traveler travels to any of the European countries, generally even for small ailments, while insurance does cover a lot of things, and you do have a callback facility for insurance as well, but there is a waiting time. Every time you use the service, there is a charge to it. However, as far as Doctor on Call goes, the charge is about 450 rupees per applicant. And for this 450 rupees, what do you get? You get 1 month's consultation and there is no limit on consultation. How does this work? There is an app which the client gets access to. He calls on the app. There is a health concierge who hears them out and then understanding what their ailment is, which country are they needing that service from, connect them to the doctor in that country. Generally it's a WhatsApp consultation. If needed, there is also video consultation. And the doctor then prescribes medication which can be availed of in the local pharmacies. There are some countries like US and stuff like that where the doctor has to send the prescription to the pharmacy for someone to avail of even a simple crocin for that matter. So that whole service is possible. The charge is about 450 rupees per applicant and it's a really good service from the feedback that we have received from the clients who've traveled. The other services that we have for the customer convenience is your courier service, your SMS, prime time, which I already explained to you, either submission or collection. Coming to something that has really changed our relationship with the travel trade is the referral fee program. So last year, in middle of the year, I think in March, April or May, we introduced the referral fee program where it is, so every time we did a presentation like this, most of the times the question used to be, what do we get when we promote your premium lounge, when we promote your courier or SMS? So to address that and to work as partners, we have introduced the referral fee program where you register with VFS. It's a simple document, a 2-pager document, and for any value added service, you will get a referral fee, which is basically either, you can call it commissions, but we prefer to call it referral fee. Just to give you an idea, though we started late last year, just for the main product where we have got the support from travel trade has been BFID. We've done, and thank you very much, as travel trade, we've done business of about 50 CR only from travel trade. We have disbursed referral fees to the extent of 5 CR for whatever business that has been garnered, and a little bit of statistics on that. So in terms of travel agent contribution year on year, 2023, we were at a nascent stage of 21%, grown to 47%, and in 2025, we did 62%. However, the main contribution from travel trade when you come to the services, mainly it's VFID, which is about 72%, premium lounge is at about 18%, and the rest of the other services is 10%. Where is VFID most availed of? Mostly in tier 2, tier 3 cities, like I said, but the potential of all this is much, much higher. We've had small and medium-sized travel agents picking up amounts to about 30,000-35,000 by just selling courier, SMS, premium lounge on a monthly basis, which works out to practically one staff salary in today's day and age. So at the times when most people are cutting out the percentage of commissions, we have introduced this as to our travel partners, and we are happy that it has picked up so well. Currently this process is a little manual and little tedious, but we are in the process that by Q2 I think we should have an online system where you will have an agent's login, password and all of that. So how does it work? There is an email ID called b2bsales@vfsglobal.com. You send us a request saying that you would like to register. The team sends you a contract, basic documentation like membership, details of an organization, like say for example if you're Thai, Taki or Thai, then you can mention that. Bank details, GST, cancel checks. We register you into our internal registration process. How does the booking work? You book the value added services online and you have the online confirmation and registration that you email to us 48 hours prior. We keep a track of it, you keep a track of it once the applicant leaves. On a weekly basis, we need to do a reco. Why on a weekly basis? Because we are governed by very, very strict GDPR rules. Our purging policy is anywhere between 5 days to 7 days to 10 days. So we will not have the data after that to validate it. So ideally every week and we validate all the transactions. You consolidate all the 4 or 5 weeks validation and then you raise an invoice. In the contract, the working of your GST, your TDS and all of that is taken care of. You raise an invoice and the payments are dispersed in about 15 working days once we have the correct invoice with correct GST. A lot of times the up and down is because your GST number state-wise is not tallied or something like that. But once it is done in 15 working days is when you get the referral fee into the account that you all have mentioned in the contract. While I said this a little earlier, the main part, like I said, is this whole entire process is going to go online from Q2, where you all will get logins and passwords. And hopefully this is the first step in getting travel agents to have a login and password for VFS. And you never know where it will go and how it will grow. So with that, I thank you very much for your time. And I'm here for any questions.
Okay.
So you have to be enrolled before you get your
Yes.
for your reference. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Questions, anybody?
Ma'am, the first question is, I saw from your chart that you said the tier 2, tier 3 cities is where you see maximum growth in
Visa at your doorstep.
Do you see the growth in VFS services growing much higher than metro cities in the coming years from tier 2 to tier 3 cities in terms of numbers?
No, didn't understand.
I'm saying the growth in using this VAFD service.
VAYD.
Yeah, VAYD services.
Yes.
You see the growth happening much higher in tier 2, tier 3 cities going forward.
We are already seeing that. So that's what I said. Our biggest contributors for VAYD services is tier 2 and tier 3 just now. Of course, in metro cities where we have our presence, say for example, we have our bags in Mahalakshmi and in Vikesi respectively. If you have clients, say for example in Thane, in Vasai, today's day and age, why would they want to travel 4 or 5 people, right? So this is a service that you can avail of, even when you are in a suburb of a city. So that is what it is.
Any more questions?
It was very well explained, honestly.
Anahita, I have a question. Does German visa appointments take a long time for Goa, or I can do it later? You're traveling in June. Appointments for German.
It depends. So Goa, the number of appointments will be lesser, but naturally it's a smaller location as compared to Mumbai. So June travel, so you can take the appointments now and process it. There's no.
Because I heard Germany takes a little bit of more time now.
All of them will start taking a little more time now. Italy gives you passports 1 day before travel, which is because now the rush will increase. So they have, we need to understand what is happening at these embassies and consulates. Please understand that someone who is stamping that visa for you gives you an entry to 26 to 27 countries with that one stamp. The kind of responsibility of getting the right people in is on that person. Each embassy has maybe 3, 4, 5 people who are actually doing this as expats. And you can imagine our volume. We are year on year, I think we are growing as travelers. Earlier it used to be a different level, financial level, people who used to travel internationally. Now with accessibility and this whole boom in your Gen Z and your tech platforms, everyone is capable and everyone thinks that visas are an entitlement. Today youngsters, when they put it up, they say, I am so and so and I earn so much. Who are they to stop my visas? Who is it? It's not that. We know that visa is something which is safe. I mean, it's a document which gives you. And today, if you do it on vice versa, we hear similar things about India, right? That it is so difficult to get an Indian visa sometimes. So these are the facts of life. We just need to prepare well in advance. I think the only solution is proper documentation, take the right route, and apply well in advance. Anything else?
Any more questions?
What about Greece? Anything happening about Greece?
It's starting now, from Friday.
Yeah.
Same, GGWC is starting, and it will be through GBS, which some of the outlets are from the VFS centers, some they run on their own, standalone, in Bangalore or whatever. But it is starting from this Friday in the same manner as it was earlier.
Canada is taking a long time, even for biometrics.
No, biometrics is happening immediately. Once it is approved, please remember the basic timelines, and it is there on the website. Once you get approved, the stamping of the visa for Canada is minimum. It says minimum 20 working days. 20 working days is written over there.
It says more than 3 months the visas are not getting stamped. It takes time.
It depends. If you
Okay.
are someone from army or something like that, then army personnel and all the procedure takes longer.
One last question and then we'll call it.
Yes, sir.
For Canada visa, it's a very UK visa, exact thing, they don't ask any protocols of financial plan.
Sorry.
For Canada visa application, it's a very UK, very USA visa. You think that I have a USA visa, you don't ask any more financial documents. They don't ask.
Okay.
There's nothing to submit there. But I've got recently few refusals, 3, 4, 5 refusals. Such cases where Genuine citizens here in Canada, in that we are not with the financial status. How did they find out the status? They don't ask for the document when they said they have a US visa.
See, these are some things that why it is rejected, why is it delayed,
Or
we have no.
you can open a column saying that even if you have a US visa, you can submit your financials if you want it.
Fine, I'll check on that. See, anything that we put on our website has to be coming from them.
Understand?
We cannot put anything,
Yes.
even an aid to the we can't
I
change.
understand.
So we will ask them this question, and I think going forward, I think the indication is that Canada will go back to its previous role of faster processing and things like that. We are crossing our fingers, toes, heads, everything.
Time is okay. They
Okay.
you are okay with that. Some bigger situation comes in there.
Yes, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ms. Anahita Avari. Sorry, not to keep you there on the stage. I'm going to ask you to just give me a few more seconds here. A big vote of thanks, of course, is due there because, man, thank you very much for your 4 decades of experience put together in a short while. It's very difficult to talk with the whole page. That said, we are so grateful to have you here with us and for your time that you spent with us. In Skal, we say the tagline is doing business with friends, and you've added something more, which is talking about, enhancing the relationship with what's in it for me. That said, thank you very much once again, and for your insight on how to beat the beat of trade, and that practical knowledge, I'm sure, will take back a lot in terms of everybody from the trade who was asking for events with trade-related stuff. So here you are. Thank you very much once again, ma'am. Before you go, I'm going to request Dr. Mukesh Batra, our president, to do something that we do with most people who spend time with us. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.